Good morning. It is a Thursday. Thank you, Jesus, for the day. Let's get to work. It's been a little while since I posted a long form video, almost like a week, like 5 days, but that's because I've been measuring. We've been doing a bunch of resurfaces, a bunch of refacings, like 2 or 3 of each of those, which the resurface is the existing doors where we go in and we spray it, tape everything, prime everything, spray everything, bring the existing doors back, prime, spray everything, send it through the oven, full durability. And then we sometimes drill new handles. A lot of times it's existing handles. And on these couple jobs, it was new boxes with the existing drawer fronts. But on a lot of resurfaces, it's just everything's existing. We go in, we change the color, whatnot. Now on the refaces, it's we'll go in, take all the old off, tape, prime, spray the frames, whatever color from Sherwin-Williams that the client picks. And then we'll build, I'll measure and we'll build new drawers, boxes, fronts, doors, everything, drill new handles, do all that. So we've been doing a whole bunch of that, quite honestly. And the Oyster White kitchen remodel, which is for our countertop company, is amazing. That's getting installed right now too. And then I measured for a big kitchen remodel. So kind of been crazy, but I'm going to start building that kitchen remodel. It's going to be a clear coat maple kitchen remodel. It's all maple wood, it's all clear coated. So I got to go pick up wood in a little while from our distributor. And I'm going to start making all of the trim. There's a whole bunch of trims. The crown, the screen molding, toe kit, any fillers just in case, shoe molding, and light rail. And then a big fridge panel. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I got to bake, cut, sand, do it all. And then, yeah, just gotta get it done before I go start it, before I go get wood, get the wood, unload the wood, and keep trucking. Hopefully I can get all the trim and everything kind of cut today, but we'll see how it goes. A whole bunch of our crown, 48 feet, is now cut and ready to be sanded down. So now I'm going to start rough cutting all of our shoe molding. It's going to be 1 inch by 3/4. Is that what I wanted? Definitely don't think so, Tyler, but that's okay. We'll go like this now. I think I meant to cut it the other way, but this will work. This way will work. There is one thing I do not like doing. That is shoe molding. It's just a pain, but we have to get it to match. I want everything to match, so worth doing, I guess. There we go. Oh, it's such a pain in the you know what. I gotta get some different glasses on here. Let's see. It used to be over there, not there. I know I have a bunch in the van, but I don't know if I have a bunch in here. I know I do somewhere. No. Okay, let's go over here. Hi, Remodel. Find us some better glasses. Okay, let's go over here to this box right here, huh? Let's see. Here's some. These will work good. Bingo. Oh yeah. I love that for us. Okay, we need 40 feet of this, and then I'm just overcutting it roughly right now, and then I'll come through and that board has that defect. I don't really want to fight with that. I'm trying to just use like some offcuts for this as well. There we go, baby. One thing I am going to do for this, I'm gonna make 8 extra feet. Because sometimes with this maple, it's splintery on the router when I go through and router it. And I just want to make sure I don't have to come back over here and just cut more if I screw one piece up or something. So, that being said, just gonna preemptively make an extra piece. Okay, now I'll come through and trim it the other way slightly. The shoe molding that's half by 3/4 is really 7/16 by 11. And I don't want to take like an 1/8 of an inch off on that machine because our material comes 13/16. I want to take like, that part got a little funky, so I made extra. I want to take like a 32nd off on that machine. So, enough to get like all the burn marks out, any inconsistencies, stuff like that. But I don't want to be sitting over there sanding for days on end. So, take about a 32nd off will be perfect. Just getting this down to a little bit under 3/4. I call it 11/16 heavy, 11/16 strong. This is the piece I already did, I believe. Yep. This piece now. Come right through here. After this, I need to make some fillers, some screen molding, and then what else? Oh, the toe kick, but I don't think we have the material for that right now. And then the light rail. Okay, that should be done now, or at least ready to get sanded. One thing I do not do is I don't chop the ends off square on the chop saw on this shoe until after I router. That way, if there's any like inconsistencies on the ends of the router over there, I don't have to chop off extra than what I've already chopped off, and then it just lessens my piece even more. So we have crown molding and shoe, rough or cut essentially. Then we'll sand it down, do what we need to do there. I need to do my screen molding, 48 feet. Toe kick, 32 feet. Fillers, see the measurements right there. They're the lower filler board, I made the height of the lower, same thing with the uppers. The lower, obviously the height is minus the toe kick. I just already have that pre-cut, so on site if we need to rip it down. We really never use them, but just in case. And then light rail, baby. And once that's done, fridge panel. So there's a whole bunch of stuff to do. This job isn't like crazy big, but it's really involved. So need to get the rest of the trim cut out and done. Go pick up material, and then I'll like come back, sand it all. And then I'll bring it all over here and I'll do what I need to do for the light rail, for the shoe molding, sand everything, make sure everything's perfect. Since it's just clear coat, it has to be, I mean, it has to be perfect if it's stained or painted too, but it's really got to be perfect since it's just clear coat. Video sponsored by Bank. Nope, I'm just kidding. It's not sponsored by anybody. That being said, crown is cut, shoe molding is cut, screen molding is cut, fillers are cut, and our light rails are cut. So when I get back from picking up our maple from our wood distributor, I'll send it through the wide belt sander, get it down to the thickness that each piece needs to be. And then once that's done, I will like router the shoe, dado the light rail out, not dado, but kind of channel the light rail out so it has a place to nestle up into the bottom of the uppers, sand everything, label everything, make sure everything's perfect. And then what else? Well, Brandon has a table saw for the dado stack, so I'll have to wait on that light rail, but I'll get it sanded. I also need to build the fridge panel and then double check the sheets. That way that whole sheet's done. If I get that far, which I will, hopefully, I will start ripping down material to start building the face frames. It's only 14 cabinets, but it's involved, so, and they're big. So it's gonna take a while, but let's go get this wood and then we'll be back. Into the big Nissan van we are, and off to go get the wood we go. The wood is secured. Drawer box material, maple, drawer box material, cabinet material. I think I'm gonna wait and unload this, kind of unload it as I need it. The guys will be back later, so we'll have to get the van out of the way and maybe they can help me unload it. But I think I'm going to go sand all this trim down, try to get all this trim done, and then maybe I'll unload all that wood after. I don't know. We'll see. It's just a lot, but it's all good. We're going to use it. We need it. So get to sanding all this trim, and then palm sand, double check, label, and router or kind of dado, whatever needs to get done. So we'll start sanding this trim. I was able to crown fully sanded, make sure it was 2 1/4 tall or wide, 3/4 of an inch thick, and that's the doors and the light rail. So now I need to start sanding out. I'm going to do the screen molding, the shoe, the fillers, and the light rail. Then we'll go over there, double check it, measure it, label it, do it all, palm sand it, make sure it's perfect before we start clear coating it. Check 1, crown. Check 2, fillers. Check 3, shoe molding. It's all vertical or wide belt sanded, not vertical, wide belt. So now it's time to router out the shoe, and then I'll go back, I'll wide belt sand the screen molding, and I'll wide belt sand the light rail, come back over here, and then we'll double check, palm sand, label, and pretty much be done with everything besides like cutting the channel out for the light rail, which I'll have to do later, by about 4:30 when Brandon brings the dado stack back to me. Alright, the shoe molding is all rounded over. As you can see, I don't go all the way to the edge. That's what I was kind of talking about. So now I'll go chop it, just the edge off. That's why I don't chop the edge off before I router here. I'll go chop all the ends off, make sure they're nice and square, perfect. And then I'm gonna leave this here until I'm done with the screen molding and the light rail sitting right there in the vertical or the wide belt sander. Holy smokes. And I'll just then double check everything, palm sand everything with my Red Bull. My Bang Energy, RIP to it. I don't know if I left it in there. Let's see if I can show you. So the wood was like 12 foot. It fits in the van, but you have to shove it up into like kind of the center console area. And as you can see right here, RIP soldier. So, got me a different energy drink. Luckily it didn't spill, which I don't know how it really didn't. It just got crinkled in there. So, had to get a new one, but that's okay. I think I like these better anyway. But yeah, I'll go chop the ends off those, and then I'll go sand those, bring everything over here, palm sand, double check, label. Everything has been sent to the wide belt sander, so it's officially time to start palm sanding, double checking measurements, and labeling everything so that way they know which sides of each different type of trim needs clear coat. Crown, the back side has been labeled since that side will never be seen, doesn't need clear coat. It's been double checked measurement wise, and it's also been palm sanded. So this 48 feet of 2 1/4 inch thick crown molding now can go over to the sprayers, the spray booth, the oven, get clear coated. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the filler, shoe, screen molding, light rail, except I'm going to hold off on the light rail until I get my dado stack, and then I'll dado or create my channel. I'll round over the 2 front leading edges, and then I'll label what needs labeled, double check, sand, all that jazz. So these 3 sets I'm going to do. And then once that's done, I have kind of a conundrum. I'm going to double check my sheet, make sure I'm not missing anything, but there's a fridge panel. It's 107 inches tall, bigger than 8 feet. I have before joined pieces of material, and it worked out so well. But I've joined it in a way, an 8-foot piece, and then the remaining, whatever, 10, 11, 12 inches. Sometimes it's 95, sometimes it's 97, how it comes. So I've done that in a way and joined it all together with pocket screws, glue, and then skinned over it, and you never see it. I may be doing that again. I don't know. Depends if I just want to get it done right now or not. It's just as strong. It's between another cabinet, so you'd never see that seam or joint. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, we'll just have to buy. They do make a 10-foot material. I don't know if I want to deal with that, though. So I might deal with it the other way. We'll see. But I'm going to go sand that and double check my list, make sure I'm not missing anything, and then maybe mess around with the fridge panel. Otherwise, if I don't do the fridge panel, I'll just start ripping out material for face frames. Forgot to end the video yesterday, but what we did, we finished the crown, the toe kick, filler boards, screen molding, shoe molding. The only thing left on the trim sheet is the fridge panel. And then we also got all of our face frames cut out, sanded down to the correct thickness, pocket hold with our Craig jig Foreman. And now, which is going to be the new video, I'm going to start putting all of these together, sanding, getting everything ready. That being said, we'll see you tomorrow, which is today. Or is it? Peace.